Happy New Year. It's officially 2025, a brand new year and a powerful year for the new. As you have probably already noticed, a lot of what was in early 2024 no longer is. The systems we've relied on, the ones that promise safety and success, they're slowly crumbling. We're seeing it in different areas like banking, school, and healthcare system. Everything is changing. The veil has lifted and the blinders are off. Trust me, I don't say this to scare you. The reality is this is how it's been for a while now. In fact, what we know about 2024 is that it was a year where cycles ended, causing life as we know it to no longer make sense, and awakening us to the fact that we're going to need to do things differently this year. And you're probably trying to figure out where to go next, what to do next, how to design this next year, what you're going to continue doing, what you're going to stop doing, and what to start doing that will serve your highest vision. Times of transition like this can be very uncomfortable. But the good news is that discomfort can be the thing you need to jolt yourself into the next chapter. It's the nudging and the poking telling you it's time to stop outsourcing your power to broken systems and start looking inward. This year isn't about chasing someone else's version of success. It's about grounding yourself, waking up to what you need, and building your life from a place of deep self-awareness and self-love. If you're new here, my name is Reverend Patricia Ferreira. I'm a coach for women who are craving more out of life, more money and success, more freedom, and more access to passion and to purpose. Around here, we do the deep inner work to become the highest, most aligned version of yourself. And we back it up with tangible, smart strategies to create the life you really want. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I want to start our episode today with a story about what happens when you try to take action without getting centered and prioritizing self-awareness. This story is about a client I work with recently. She's a very high-achieving, successful C-suite leader in a well-known company. She came into our session feeling low vibe, conflicted, deeply triggered. Her nervous system was on overdrive. It was completely shot, something so many of us can relate to when we're anxious, triggered, resentful, and kind of in survival mode. What had happened was she was hustling and in her masculine, overdoing and overcommitted to hit some professional goal and was not getting the results she wanted. Instead, things were getting worse and spiraling. After a close review and reflection, we found out she was consistently prioritizing others, people's thoughts, their needs, and their wants. Not doing what she knew deep down was in the highest interest of the project and her goal. As we went deeper, we then realized these goals weren't even hers to begin with. She was just going along to get along and playing by someone else's rules. And while achieving this goal would set her up to look super successful from the outside and be seen by her peers, she was miserable. And as you can see, as we started to peel back the layers, the real story began to surface. She wasn't grounded in what she really wanted. She hadn't taken the time to reflect and gain awareness and really acknowledge everything that felt misaligned in her life. In short, she had reverted. She had gone back to an old version of herself, the one who'd existed before her awakening. Once she came face to face with this fact and acknowledged how she was enabling this old expired cycle, we were able to do some real work to help her step back into her power. Immediately, her energy shifted. She changed, immediately felt lighter, more capable, and she was able to take action from a place of grounded confidence. This is a story that happens to so many of us, especially high-achieving boss ladies who are stepping into higher consciousness. We get derailed by old programming, by the status quo, by the fear of disappointing people or breaking the rules society handed us. But here's the truth. If you want to shift into your highest self this year, you have to get grounded. You've got to get centered first. When I talk about grounded, I'm not just talking about meditating or taking a deep breath, though those things are powerful. I'm talking about reconnecting to your truth, getting out of survival mode, out of reaction mode, and into a space where you can see clearly. Grounded is how you pull yourself out of chaos and align with your personal codes of self-love. Your personal blueprint for wholeness, clarity, and purpose. Without the grounding, it's impossible to even know what's really missing in your life. You're just spinning, chasing the wrong things, getting distracted and derailed, and living someone else's story. Building self-awareness is the foundation for everything. It's how you figure out what actually serves you and what needs to go. So let's talk about how you can start. First, regulate your nervous system. When you're stressed, anxious, and triggered, you're not in your power. Start with simple, deep breathing, getting outside, or even just standing barefoot on grass, and it just helps you get beautifully grounded. Right? You can start a beautiful meditation practice. I've added a grounding meditation in the description that you can download and enjoy. Second, audit your energy. Ask yourself, what is my energetic temperature? How am I feeling right now? Am I high vibing or am I low vibing? Thirdly, reconnect to your vision. Go back and look at what is true. Take a moment to ask yourself, what would success look like if I stripped away all expectations and rules? What would actually light up my life, light up my year? Write it down and keep it close. Lastly, awaken your codes of self-love. If you've read my book, you know self-love is the key to rediscovering your inner power. It's about knowing yourself so deeply that every decision you make comes from a place of alignment, not fear, not obligation, but alignment. Self-awareness is the very first code and your very first step. 2025 is asking more of you. The world has shifted and the same old patterns, habits, and beliefs won't cut it anymore. If you keep giving your power to expired systems, derailed expectations, you're going to stay stuck. But if you choose to wake up, if you choose to ground yourself, tune into your codes of self-love, and start making decisions from a place of self-awareness, you'll be unstoppable. This year isn't about playing small or staying safe. It's about being bold. Bold enough to rewrite your story and to bring in a life that is the vision you've been looking for and the reason you came here. So let's make 2025 matter. Drop a comment below. Share with me what one thing you're letting go of. Let's start a conversation. Let's make this a dialogue. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your awakening and your codes of self-love, make sure you hit the subscribe button. This is the year you stop settling and start stepping into the life you came here for and you were meant to create. I love you and I'll see you next week.